What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. And it has been pretty much, the weekend has passed, and I'm going over the prices of, just like some of the cards from Dune, some of these cards that, like some of the cards predicted to be, the next top deck. Obviously, the card that we got here. So let's just go ahead and get into this bar collage. If you like what you do here, please feel free to like and subscribe. If not, it is all cool. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers, trying to put a video out every day of the week to kind of get the word out there. So if you want to help us get to that goal, go ahead and quickly subscribe down below, leave a like, leave a comment. Let's go ahead and get into this triple tactics thrust. This is going to be one of those cards that I feel like almost every single deck that you want to play is going to want to use this card. Well, okay, I should rephrase this. Every deck's going to want to use this card, but a lot of the different decks that people might want to try, maybe some more tier 1.5 to a rogue strategies, are really going to need triple tactics thrust, simply because you're going to have these extremely oppressive decks that are top tier who not only have this card but are all running the hand traps. So right now, the secret rares are going for about 80. They're going in like that 80 range right here. You get this one right here for 74, but once that's gone, it's $78.99, about $79. This one is $80. So you're basically paying $80 for the triple tactics thrust. I don't know exactly when we're gonna get this card reprinted. I don't think it's going to be in the tins, but we could maybe see it in December, in like the maybe they throw it in the 25th anniversary. We do have the ultimate rare that is technically its reprint. This did come in the newest tournament pack, and this one right here, it did kind of dip a little bit, but now it's kind of starting to go back up, because this is essentially, like I said, this is going to be a staple that like you're gonna at least want one copy of, but maybe like two for like the whole consistency. But this is like this, I guess, to get the luxury of, you don't have to run 3 of these, but you do want to have at least one copy. So these being at 125, that's just like it's really high, but this card is really good, and it does kind of help a lot of different strategies. Even even some of the new ones coming out could benefit from having at least one copy of thrust in their main deck. Triple Tactics Talent is one of the cards that you want to kind of search with, either you want to search with thrust. I guess one of the whole ideas is like running multiple triple tactics talent doesn't always help you, but running maybe like 1 or 2 in the thrust, puts you in a better position. Because like if you get a talent and a thrust, it's like it pretty much gives you, okay, like I could play around a hand trap, and then I could also get some extra setup. Instead, if you run multiple, if you only run triple tactics talent, you run the you run the risk of picking up 2, and it just really doesn't help. It sometimes doesn't help you as much as good as this card is. So this is kind of one of the there's many cards that are kind of paired with triple tactics thrust. Like you have the Harpy's Feather, Duster, then you have the different board wipes. But this is one of the more popular options, and it's really like kind of like reflecting that right now. You're paying around $40 for the secret rare, and the ultra rares are like these are here at 20, and then I think the Magnificent Mavens, we'll just jump into Mavens because I know those ones are in the $20 range, but you get these for about $15 to $16. So I can see these getting a reprint sometime in the very near future, but at the same time, I wouldn't want to bank on it, and I really wouldn't want to kind of like if you don't already have them, or if you have the ability to trade for them, I would just go ahead and get them sooner rather than later. I would not trust Konami to put them in anything crazy, unless maybe they want to put it in the 2-player starter deck, because that would actually be a really good idea. Put a common triple tactics talents in there, so that way it'll be like it'll be an even better bridge from just learning how to play Yu-Gi-Oh to playing competitive Yu-Gi-Oh, because you essentially get a Zeus and a triple tactics talent, and that would really help out new players. So that's kind of a product where I see they could put a triple tactics talent in. So other than that, I think they could hold off on reprinting this card. Purrely. This literally went from like the 1-cent common that made the deck super broken to the $80 ultimate rare that makes the deck broken. There's a lot of Purrely hype going on right now, and a lot of people are saying Purrely is essentially going to be the deck to go into for the next format. Like they're looking at like Purrely, Manadome, Dragon Link, the cached era, so runic sprite for hire still kind of being there. So those are like a lot of decks that are kind of being seen as like some of the better decks to be using, and until we get another ban list. And right now Purrely like 80 bucks if you want to run that high rarity. $80 for this card, and I think that is really high. But the problem is everything else in the deck is pretty high. My friend Purrely, similar thing. It was kind of like going everywhere. You could have got these at $12 at one point, but now they've shot up. You're paying $25 to $26 a copy for my friend Purrely. Then Purrely Pretty Memories, very similar. You could have got them at 12. Now right here, $28.99, 20. Pretty much with the shipping, we're looking at $29, $30 for this card by itself, and you need like 3 of a lot of this stuff. Purrely, same thing. These were down to 18. I had 2 of these when they're at 25s, and I was thinking about holding on to them, but I don't know. This is around the time where I was like choosing to go for the more higher stuff and not just focusing on what was happening now, and that was like that was kind of like my personal mistake. But I'm very much not going to make that mistake again. And I'm kind of like sitting here looking at this Purrely, and man, this thing is going for 34, 50, 29, and it could only go higher. It really only has the ability to go higher. Revolution Synchron. So Dune came out. It was all legal, I think, last Thursday for like the OTS shops, and then Friday for everywhere else. So we got about, as of recording this, we got like 2.5 days where this, but no, about three days, and it's showing like a V, but it's not really that crazy. It was at 59, went down to about $50, and now it's kind of like settling out to about 58. We're looking at a $58 card right now. Depending on what, like I said, it really depends on what's going to come next, because we don't have any major tournaments. So when I say major tournaments, I mean tournaments that are kind of going to change the meta, because we do have Worlds, which is the biggest tournament, but that for the most part is not meta defining. Like you very rarely, a couple worlds ago there was the dinosaur deck that obviously that won, and then they ended up hitting. Well, I don't think the dinosaur deck did. The dinosaur deck win? Okay, yeah. Let me know in the comments below if it was a dinosaur deck that won or if it just did really well. I think it might have won, but they ended up limiting a lot of dinosaur stuff. They banned the freaking Earth True King just because of how powerful a deck was going to be, and that was kind of based off Worlds. Even though everyone knew where that deck was going, it was in Worlds that they're like, okay, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and just hit this deck outright. So yeah, so like for the most part, it shouldn't affect our competitive meta, but there is a possibility. But just going with the idea that it doesn't do anything like that. Revolution Synchron could have the potential to shoot up to like $60 to $70. The reason why I'm saying that is because kind of the same as Assault Synchron, to where depending on how these decks are built, what's the meta, certain stuff that gets hit on the next list, Revolution Synchron, Assault Synchron could be some of the next like big key cards in the next big combo deck. So that's kind of something to watch out for. And Revolution Synchron, if you pull this, I would kind of just hold off on it because it's not going to get a reprint. It might just go up, and I would just kind of chill on that. Crimson Dragon is also kind of in that same vein, to where if Konami does, like I see Konami hitting the hot red dragon Archfiend, the one that they usually get out with this that skips your opponent's turn. I very much see them getting rid of that card before it becomes a problem, but there's a possibility they don't, and if they don't, this is going to be huge. But even without that, this has an ability to get you out another interruption, and just that alone could make it go up. It's pretty low right now, so like if I kind of wait a little bit, might dip even lower. If these dip to like $10 to $12, I wouldn't hesitate to pick up maybe a playset or two to kind of just in case they kind of just shoot up whenever the next deck comes. Whether either like I said, if they ban the Red Hot Dragon Archfiend, it'll really go down. So I'd pick them up then. But if they don't ban it, then this could just shoot up and become a huge. I don't want to go on the rant. This is not about investing, but these are just kind of cards to look at, because like cards like Revolution Synchron and the Crimson Dragon, like these are stuff that you kind of want to watch out for. you know, because I got this kind of pulled up. You have this here. You kind of have the Crimson Dragon. On the other page, you have the Revolution Synchron because it's actually higher than some of these quarter century rares. But look at after Crimson Dragon and the Chimera, everything just really starts to fall off. You got 1058, 748, $7. These are actually interesting. I would kind of hold on to this, the snake eye stuff and everything. These are interesting things that could very much. These are very interesting cards that could very much become a little something. But once you yeah, I know you got these ultras right here. You got the Yama for 4, even the secret rare for even less than these ultras. Like you could get the secrets like these. There's not a lot of value in these secret rares, so I would kind of just hold on to the like I said, just wait for something to fall. But like there's such a big gap between Revolution Synchron and these secret rares that it's just kind of crazy. Like I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is you don't want to be caught off guard if you're thinking about either playing Revolution Synchron or playing Crimson Dragon. Don't be caught off guard if these cards just shoot up, and kind of like keep an eye on them, and when they get low enough for your comfort level, pick them up. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Peace out, and I'll catch you in the next one.